This is a journal that I've made for a swap on Junk Journal Junkies. It's a fairy journal. I call it Fairyland in purple. The gal I'm swapping with, her favorite color ever is purple. And when I got into my stash of papers, I was really surprised at how many papers I had that had purple on them. It's a very simple closure. This is a flatback pearl brad, and I have a couple of nice size charms on the closure. I've used a hand sewn cross stitch, and I've put these little pearls on the binding for the cross stitch. It just looks so cool. And then on the front, I've added this little pearl lace, and I've got pretty little corners. I was very interested to find out the color combinations for this purple album, and this is a little fairy that's raised, and this is actually a working book plate. I have that as a template. It's just simple closure. I used alcohol inks and glimmer mist to make the closure. This is just fabric, and actually this is a custom cover, and I bought this purple fabric and I used PPA to seal it and to adhere it, and it just turned out so pretty. The spine is reinforced with Tyvek. And we're going to go inside, and on the first page you see we have a little raised fairy and a book plate, and most of the pages came from Cameo Shop ATC cards that are resized, and then Ivy Shutter's Fairy Dust. So we'll just quickly go through this album. And lots of room for journaling or pictures. I used garment tags and lace and fabric as an embellishment on some of the pages. This is a Martha Stewart punch. I can't remember where these, I think these are Cameo Shop too. And this is on vellum. This is a little print on vellum, a little fairy print. This is an envelope. I just love this little hummingbird. This is from Graphic 45, Once Upon a Springtime. And these are just envelopes that I've made out of recipe pages, actually, from a Martha Stewart cookbook. Fussy cut this little guy. And again, lots of room for journaling. And I think this is the Ivy Shutters. And I've used die cuts and stamping, coffee dyed pages, an envelope, and I used glimmer mist on the envelopes. I've used a lot of lace on the bottoms of these, and underneath these pieces of lace I've put netting just to strengthen the tuck spot. I have a lot of these altered paper clips, used fibers and flowers and pieces of lace, and again this is a library, a dictionary page. And this is and I'm not sure where all the ephemera is from. I'm trying to keep a better track of that. I'm doing a catalog of my ephemera, and this is an envelope that I've altered. She dances to the songs in her head, speaks with the rhythm of her heart, and loves from the depth of her soul. And that was a digital download from somebody. This is Graphic 45. And in each one of these envelopes is an opportunity for journaling. Coffee dyed paper, or tea dyed paper. I get a lot of my paper packs or these kind of things from the Goodwill. And this is a die cuts with a view collection. I'm not sure what it was called. And I got this envelope. I got a thank you note in this envelope, and I just thought it was so pretty. And it was purple, and so I added a little closure to that. Put that in a little tuck spot. These are a digital download from, I don't remember who, but I have little dangles, and I made little booklets out of coffee dyed paper for this little tuck spot. And we have a little butterfly paper clip. This is another aged and distressed. I don't know if you can see the lace or the netting on that or not. A little bit of stamping. This is graphic 45. That's graphic 45. Another one of those vellum. This is another altered paper clip, and I've put a few of the cut aparts from the graphic 45. And I'll just go through this really quickly. And this is a vellum, a large vellum page. I just think these fairies look so pretty on that vellum. Another altered paper clip with the journaling spot. And these are cut aparts again from the graphic 45 collection. Once Upon a Springtime. Another vellum page, little page. Little word stick. That was a digital download. Stamping. Graphic 45. I used a really pretty corner punch on all of these pages. I've had it for a long time. I don't use it very often, and I don't know why, but it really makes pretty little corners. Stamping. This is another one of those little books. I think this might, I don't know where I got that. Another tag. Again, I've used purples, different shades of purple lace on my tuck spots to strengthen them. This was I created that from a couple of digital downloads. Graphic 45, and another one of those couple of garment tags in there. This is another one of those little books, and on this altered clip I used some feathers, and this is some mulberry paper. This is another one of those little books with the heart dangles. And I've used that little hummingbird again. Some little opportunities for journaling and that sort of thing. A lot of my ephemera like this I print out and then I put in little pockets, but I forget who they're from. Some stamping. This is from Define Your Life, I believe. Use some fibers on that page. This is a die cut. And again, look at these pretty little corners. Look at that punch. I'll try and bring this up so you can see the punch. Isn't that a pretty little corner punch? Okay, more stamping, tea-dyed papers. I love the way this looks when it turns over with that. That was a fussy cut from graphic 45. And this is a garment pin with a charm and some fibers. And this is paper from the graphic 45, Once Upon a Springtime. A couple more, a tag and music sheet that I've copied out, another vellum page. I love this paper too. It's just got a little hint of purple, but I love it with that blue. And this is a garment tag with some fibers and a charm. And we have, I don't remember what paper collection this came from, but it goes so well in this album. This is a die cut, little vellum page, mini page. Garment pin with some fibers. This is a fussy cut from graphic 45. Little definition. This said, she had this way of always finding the good and believing in everything despite all that she had seen, and that is what I love the most, the pure magic of her undying hope. Becca Lee, whoever Becca Lee is. And we have an envelope with a little heart. Paper clip. And another center envelope. And that has one of those papers in it. Word sticks. These are some This has some eyelash trim and some lace, and this is from a digital download. These are index cards with fairies on the front, fairy postcards on the front. And this is another one of those altered paper clips with a feather. Have a few little goodies in that pocket. Coffee dyed paper. This is a die cut. This is, again, this is on vellum. And this is another altered paper clip. This is from Graphic 45. This has a cute little white feather on it. I like to use the feathers. I think they're neat. Again, the music paper that's been coffee dyed, Graphic 45. This is another vellum sheet. This is another one of those little books, and I've put the heart dangles. Altered paper clip with some eyelash trim and some lace and some sparklies. I tried to do a little bit of everything. I think that the only thing I didn't do in this book, I didn't stencil anything. This is from Once Upon a Springtime. This is another one of those envelopes. This is a dragonfly. I love this color combination. And again, this is a, isn't that pretty? That's a digital download also. This is another one of those sheets. They're folded like envelopes. And tucked in here. This is another envelope made from the cookbook page, recipe book page. This is vellum. This is another little opportunity for journaling. This is another garment pin with some fibers and a charm. Another word stick, and that music paper that's been coffee dyed. This is vellum. Vellum sheet. I put a die cut on that to add purple. I just thought she was cool, but she wasn't really purple. This is another one of those altered paper clips with lace and fibers. Vellum. A coin envelope. To affect the quality of the day, that is the highest of art. Henry David Thoreau. I want to keep this forever. This is another one of those little books with the dangle hearts. And this is an altered paper clip with a feather and some flowers and some mulberry paper. And again, this is a doily punch from Martha Stewart. And the last page, my little identification, says I created it, and a little back page. And this is from Graphic 45. I surely did enjoy making this album, and I hope that Vicki likes it and enjoys using this album. Thank you for watching.